Hey readers, so last week I was reading a super crazy article. It was about this type of fungi that could get into an ant's brain, and it takes over the brain and controls it and then makes the ant do whatever the fungi wants, so it can send out its own spores, make more mushrooms, and then take over even more ants. How crazy is that? So I told my friend about this article because I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So she's reading this too, and one paragraph into the article, she stops and she goes, I wonder why they don't do this to humans. Maybe our body temperatures are too high. I was amazed that she asked this question because I had never even thought of it. I thought what she stopped and asked was such a powerful question. She thought in response to what she read from the start, and then guess what? The question was answered later on in the article. But what really amazed me is that she paused in her reading. She paused to stop, to think, to wonder, and to question. So in our research, we're going to be shifting our thinking and our researching in the same way. We won't just be writing to take notes, but we're going to be writing in order to reflect on our reading. We aren't just taking notes, we're growing ideas. So today I want to teach you that researching is a continual cycle of reading more, raising new questions, and having new ideas. Then, reading more, this time with those new ideas in mind. You always want to shift from taking in information to reflecting on information. So, let's practice this. I'm going to be putting up some pieces of an article that I've been using in my research about chocolate milk. This article is from the New York Times. So, here is our first excerpt. Milk processors began a $500,000 campaign a year ago to defend chocolate milk from what they called food activists who believed it delivers too much added sugar. So this is making me think of all the parties that are involved, the dairy companies, the dairy industry. Most articles that are in support of milk have come from those people. So it seems like they're the ones who are making money off of dairy products, and maybe these activists are responding to the fact that these people are just making money off of us. Here's our next excerpt. There is a lot at stake. The milk sold in schools accounts for 7% of all milk sales in the country. Hold on. 7%? That's not even a lot. Like if I got a 7% on a test, I would be in big trouble. I feel like they're trying to make me think that 7% is a lot more than it actually is. Readers, do you see how as I'm reading these excerpts, I'm shifting my thinking into wondering? I might even write a few of these ideas down and look deeper into them later. I could do more research on them later, or I could just keep them in the forefront of my mind. Whatever I do with these ideas, they're making our reading much more powerful. So here's the third excerpt. The government started providing subsidized milk to schools in the 1940s to help nourish needy children. The dairy industry helped finance this and other school nutrition efforts. Recently, it helped pay to promote school breakfast and summer food programs. Now it's your turn. When I pause the video and say go, you're going to turn and talk about what this makes you wonder. Press pause now. Great discussions we had in our turn and talk. So it truly does pay off to think and to wonder in response to what you read as you're reading. So let's pause this video one more time to take a look at our thinking and our wondering chart. Pause the video now. So in a moment we're going to get to go and research again, and by the end of today's workshop, you're going to notice some of your notes might still be boxes and bullets, and that's okay, but some of your notes might start to shift, and they might start looking like questions and paragraphs of writing that you're thinking about and that you're wondering about. So we're going to stop the video here. When I say go, you're going to be able to start researching.